Welcome to the Journey with Nichole YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a 3-card Nature's Whispers reading. So I will pull the 3 cards. Here's the Josephine Wall is the artist. I've rearranged the camera so I can get an up-close view of the cards. I love the artwork in these cards, so when I do readings with this deck, I like to have the camera in this position. So we'll pull the 3 cards and then we'll discuss them. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be your best self always. I'll let you look at the card for a few minutes. Hopefully you're watching this and not just listening to it, because it's kind of meant to be a beautiful visual experience as well. And love the detail in these cards. Absolutely love them. Assurance. See if you can see the bodies in there. See the bodies all within the tree like that? Isn't that cool? I love that tree. I wish I could paint a tree like that. The big picture. I like getting this card. I'll tell you why in a minute. The big picture. Okay. Your best self always and assurance. Okay. Now, it appears that you've had to act a certain way, and it's now for quite a while, and it's now starting to conflict with your true self and your better self, your better half of you. And sometimes when this card comes up, we are reminded to keep our standards high and keep our vision of ourself in high regard and keep ourselves in high regard, because sometimes it's easy to take the collective energy, and usually if we take that collective energy of what others think of us, say like in a work situation or our family, then chances are that's a lower view than we have of our true best self. So try to rise above that and you define who the best version of yourself is. And once you are able to make that actual definition of this is my best self and I'm always gonna try to be my best self, know that you have the assurance and the support of, and this actually has a family in the tree, like a family tree type thing, but you have lots of support in many different directions that come to you when you first make your claim of who the best version of yourself is. So you need to do that first before you can ask others to support you in what you feel you are worth. I think of this like as like in your wages. I know that when I started realizing how worthy I really am in my career, I started really, like, I set the standard. And so when I would go further in my career and move on and move to other places, it was a no-brainer that I would be paid this amount and have this amount of things, because I really valued myself as being the best version of myself in my career as possible. So I almost always got what I wanted in that realm because I set the standard for myself first, and I set a good standard for myself. I definitely, gave my worth to the companies. And so in turn I would get a very nice salary, but I also tried to be being the best version of myself. I like to give more than I receive. So I was trying to always up that and be even more so and go to work with a real giving nature, and trying to make it in that type of reciprocal type of relationship. Now, but you have to be the one that sets that first. The big picture. So the big picture, sometimes this card asks us to kind of stay out of it, like we don't know everything that's going on, just kind of go with the flow and stay with it. But I like to look at this, especially with these two cards here that you have. The big picture here is that you are going to have the whole world in your hands once you set your standard of the best version of yourself. So I feel like you have a lot of people and environments that are lower standards of your set. And I don't mean like on a financial level as much as you're kind of soaring in life right now. You're kind of like, if you look at this, you're kind of like really like in your realm, in your magical time. You've got your magical dragon, seahorse dragon, and you're flowing with life, and you're being like this absolute best version of yourself and really coming through for yourself. And a lot of people and situations are not going to be able to handle that. So that's really up to them, because you're not responsible for their emotions. But what I'm getting at there is you're the one that's really needs to say, yes, this is me, and look at, I am being the best version of myself, and I know I am completely and fully supported in this action that I take, where I set my standards for what I want and what I'm going for, and how I expect others to relate to me as well. Now, the big picture, though, is you really, this is just like the total puzzle, right? You have all these pieces that you are gonna be helpful in your big picture, and this is telling you that the bigger picture really does blossom and start with you setting that standard and you being in that light, in that big picture. I am going to read the big picture, just because I know there's sometimes I like to read from the book when I know there's a message that someone else can relate to, that of the words I haven't said. So, the big picture, there is so much more going on than you realize. When we get up in our heads and overthink things, we start to miss much of what is going on in the world around us. You might be trying to micromanage a situation and are too focused on small details. Try looking at this from different angles. If you've been struggling with a problem or tough situation, this card can signal that you will find the answers if you stand back and view everything from a larger perspective or someone else's viewpoint. And I feel like you need to look at the viewpoint from your best self, your best version of yourself. So I don't think you need to look at someone else's viewpoint. I think you need to look at your best version viewpoint instead of the viewpoint that you're on right now. And this assurance card is given to you to show you that support. It's given to you to show you that it's okay to step up your line, to step up your game and show your true successful colors of yourself, because this bigger picture will just bloom even more when you do that. So it's kind of like a stepping outside. It's like being confident with who you've decided to be and stepping outside of that and just blooming and blossoming no matter what, to create this bigger picture, and everything else will just fall to the wayside that wasn't meant for you. So I think this is a really cool reading. I think it's really, it's a great reminder to us that we are such amazing beings and we are capable of so much. And just having assurance like this and cards like this is really the only thing we need. Even like readings like this is really sometimes all we need to give us the support to have us keep moving forward on this. And when the synchronicity of getting cards like this coming to you at certain times and resonating with you at certain times, it's just a divine purpose universe, and everything is in perfect divine order. So thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to you joining me again. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button and feel free to contact me directly if you'd like a personal reading. I give you a YouTube private link where you can view it as many times as you like. And a lot of people find that very helpful to go back and look at the readings for past and present and future guidance. So please contact me via email or Instagram. I appreciate you so much. Peace out.